Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs I tried to fill in the cracks that were spread in my mind, but I was all out of hope, lost in
sidewalk. All I need is hearing your sweet talk. Yeah, feel so free. My mind wanna jaywalk. Yeah, take a sip of that crazy look in your eyes. As we dance, as we move, as we fall, as you spin me off the ground. As we go, we flow into each other. One never left with you. Wanna make you feel it too. Wanna come around and move closer. Yeah, yeah. Feel so real. We are a vision. Take a sip of that burning look in your eyes.
No. I'm just gonna do my.
Well, once again, my people look at it.
It all comes down to scene. I mean, we
Yeah, go ahead, grab a seat. Wherever you're comfortable. All right, yourself. Good morning, everybody online. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, everyone, for being here. You asked for it. You got it. You know, we all wanted to come together and talk about some of the, here, I'll say the hard stuff or areas in our business that are hard. Or, you know what, I could use help in this area or that area. We need to turn off that speaker. And so, oh, got it, yes. And so this is just a great opportunity for us to come together. This is what I call like a 501 series. This is a way for us to maybe have a couple questions. There's a lot of us here, a lot of us online. Guys, thank you for joining us. We're gonna try and hit, is there such a thing as the hotter of the hot? We're gonna try and get to everybody, but if we can't, you know, maybe we can come back for round two. So, welcome. We're gonna get the party started the way that we always do, and that is with the glory to God. So let's pray. Father God, Lord, thank you for this time that we get to come together and learn and grow our businesses. Father, thank you for technology, and whether they are far, it's like we're just right here together, and Lord, we give you thanks for that too. We give you thanks for Tiffany Lopez and HWA and their commitment to Remax Go and all the agents that work here. She's amazing, Lord. We just thank you for her. And Lord, we just ask that this time that we spend together today be fruitful, that our businesses are better because of the time that we spend here together today. To you be the glory, in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, come on up here, Timmy. Let's give you an opportunity. You know, so there's Houston, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, here we are. You're our person.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So let's work together. How can we do this?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. And I'm also super excited to hear about your class. This is a great opportunity. Y'all are just, I wish I could tell y'all, I work with a lot of people and y'all are just always the best. The things that Scott and Michelle do for y'all to grow and learn and everything, it's great. And then for me to be a part of it, I just appreciate y'all so much. I do have one of these in front of everybody for y'all. I can also send y'all the PDF if y'all need it. Just email there and then I can send it over, whatever y'all need. On the back of our brochure, it's got our nuts and bolts. So we have our great 3 buyers plans as always. We've got our gold, our platinum, and our diamond plans. We have our free sellers coverage. So if you are going to be a listing agent, and that's probably some things that y'all are going to talk about today, free sellers coverage is awesome to put on that. It helps you market this even more than you already do. We have the riders that go for your sign that says this home already comes with a 13-month home warranty. So when these potential buyers are pulling up and they see that, it's just peace of mind for the buyers or potential buyers. And then of course, peace of mind for the sellers that are selling the home. So it's great all the way around. Also, if they have the seller's coverage on there, it shows the history of these items working. So when it goes to the buyer's plan, if their AC goes out in 2 weeks, but they had a seller's policy on there, it's however long the seller's policy went, plus the 2 weeks. So it shows the history of these items in good working order. So very important for the seller's coverage as well. Buyer's coverage is easy peasy. Y'all can give me a call and I'll happily place the order. You can go online, whatever y'all would prefer doing. But the biggest thing that we do, I would say, would be our relationship. It would be me with y'all. I am super responsive. I almost always answer my phone. If I'm in a meeting like this, I will text and say, hey, can I call you back in a little bit? Every time I go get in my car, you'll probably see my car sitting there for about 20 minutes, and I'm not stranded, it's not dead. I'm actually catching up. So that's what I do. I will check my emails right then and there. I text right then and there because pretty much I have the worst memory ever. And so if I put it off for later, I'll forget. So I do everything right then and there just to get y'all the answer as quick as possible. I'm there for claims assistance as well. So if any of your clients have any claims, anything, y'all give me a call. So that's pretty much it. I hope y'all all have my number saved. If not, please save me in your phone and just put big stars. You know, hey, this is my home warranty go-to, and I'm here for anything and everything y'all need. So thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. And that's no bluff. I mean, we've been working with HWA and Tiffany, gosh, for a long time. Long time, and never let you down. Never let you down. All right, repeat after me. I can.
I can.
I will.
I will.
I must.
I must.
The rest of my life will be the best of my life.
The rest of my life will be the best of my life.
Man, that's what you want, right? And so you're proving that today. Here, we're coming together, and we are going to learn what others might be doing. And there is no agenda of items. The agenda of items are in your head. And we're going to talk about those, and we're going to kind of create a list. Yes, no pain, no gain. You know, there is no growth without discomfort. We've heard that. We've been preaching that for a long time, right? So we say, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And then you start to grow. If you're looking to always be comfortable and you're looking to go where it's nice and easy, I can tell you what's going to happen with where your business is going to be. It's going to stay right where it's at right now. And so congratulations to you for joining us and being a part of what's going on. All right, so sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. You know, when you came here today, what was your intention? Let's talk. Let's use our words. This is an open forum. Were you looking for ideas on lead generation? Were you looking for ideas on how to handle a certain situation? We're going to want to talk about those here in just a second. And as we are talking about those, you have a little notepad in front of you, or a little sheet to take notes. Do that. That's going to be super important tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So make sure you take notes. Let's dive in. Let's talk about, Leah, I know you're really good at teaching. I think you just did the 150 ways. So it's hot and fresh on everyone's mind. Lead generation. Anyone have any questions they'd like to learn more about lead generation?
Well, I'd like to know what's working today
There you go. Okay. So on capturing clients.
on lead generation.
Okay. So let's do.
I think marketing with social media and everything, in today's environment of marketing, changes really fast. I don't know that I can keep up with it.
Well, we keep the MLS books right in my office, right? It changed, right?
Oh, yeah.
It changed.
Since I started, it changed a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And it continues to change, but with social media and internet, it changes at light speed. By the time you hear about it, you're probably on the back end of it.
Because it's the change over the course of the past, I'll say 6 or 7 years. I mean, that's 20 years worth of change that happened in 6 or 7 years, right? It just happened and it kept happening. It was moving really fast. And so we'll talk about some of marketing ideas and what's working. What else? What else do you want to learn about? What else are you struggling with when you're looking for an answer? Come on.
And we're gonna pick
I
somebody.
have another question if nobody asked. How effective is video marketing with BombBomb? You start using it, how does that work? How's it working for them? Is it an effective tool for lead generation?
Yeah.
They just have a free account with BombBomb. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that.
They're offering Katie Cord has a relationship with Bump Up. I just got an email the other day that you can do a free trial right now as a remix agent for Katie Cord using Bump Up.
Awesome. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a second if you can help us and steer us in the right direction on that. Absolutely. Come on. This is interactive. It doesn't work without you telling me what are we working through? Lead gen listings, conversations,
Finding clients,
hot leads. Okay.
ready to roll.
I'm sorry.
Ones that are ready to roll.
Like cash buyers, 950, ready to go today.
Okay with the challenging interest rate.
Yeah.
That are cash buyers.
Hey Scott, I have a question.
Hey Tom.
Like one, like if you have a listing that's not getting showings or people showing up for open houses, like how we address that besides, running ads and stuff?
Your Seguin property.
Yes, I just did a realtor tour and everything went well. Nobody could understand why it's not getting showings, so if you have some ideas, it'd be great.
We got two pros amongst all the pros that are really good at doing stuff like that.
We
So
did an open house at this. We did it at this scheme.
Yeah.
It's a great house. I don't know what's going on.
Has he checked CSS just to make sure that the ducks are in a row with that? Because we've had some hiccups with CSS before, where we were getting showings on certain houses and not on some. And then all of a sudden we called CSS, confirmed everything again, and then boom, the showings for that house started again.
And on top of that, when you input that listing, Tommy, help me out. When you input that listing, and if it says, lot 47, 63, whatever, and then it says the neighborhood, then when I go search for it, it's not
It's
there.
not coming up.
Right.
I've seen
So you
that all
gotta
the
back
time.
that all out. And,
The legal description doesn't match up to the neighborhood name, is what you're saying.
right, and so.
And make sure it's not abbreviated. I mean, there's when it goes and uploads, you gotta check that every time. I just was talking to somebody.
Yeah.
about the other
We'll
day.
dive into that maybe a little bit deeper here in just a second, Tom.
Okay.
And maybe, Tommy.
Yeah, I did check with CSS, everything's set up good, because that was my first thought too.
Because it is not the house.
But it's, I
That's what we do.
have no idea.
All right, and what else, guys? What else what else are we struggling with? We've got some people that are new to the industry, and then we've got pros that, can shed a lot of light on a lot of things because been there 14 times this week, right? What else?
Sellers that overprice their home and don't pay attention to my comps. Like I'm having struggles with that.
Yeah, like telling people, this is the high end you think you should sell for. Okay, let's go.
Let's go, right.
And then not willing to negotiate.
Right.
And get a contract, right?
We're not reducing it.
But we were wrong, that was the thing. We're wrong on some of them. Like, I was surprised. It's a weird market.
Yeah.
Like, some that we were like, we ran comps and we were like, no way, we let the seller dictate it. And man, I was like, okay, well, I don't know. Now if they're like appraisal, we'll find out, right? So sometimes you have to just take that risk reward and go, I know we don't want to put a sign in the yard and not run good comps and take it. I just spoke with a Keller Williams realtor the other day, and off of Purgatory Road, he told the buyers it's not going to go for this amount. So he lost the listing to somebody else that said he was a yes sir, yes ma'am person. And he was like, I just know it's not going to sell for that. And it's kind of hard because if it's a niche property, you might have somebody that's willing to pay. They might have something in mind for it. So it's an
Because
interesting market.
How many times have we said, no, it's not going to? They call the price, and a week later, it's sold and it closes, and then now you look like the guy that doesn't know how to price homes.
Yeah, so I think it depends on the property, and we can't quite understand it either. But that's not all homes. It depends on the neighborhood. Like if I'm selling one in Dove Crossing versus downtown New Braunfels, like I might not get the downtown New Braunfels comps 100%, but Dove Crossing, I'm going to get those. So I think it just depends.
Yes, agreed. Thank you. All right, so y'all be thinking of something. Let's dive in online here real quick. Online, let's see, Facebook, not Zoom, and Zoom too. Man, what are your questions? How can we help? What are you struggling with? Are you wanting to know more about how you manage your finances, your business money, your bookkeeping? Who else? Who do we have over here? We've got Kim, Paul, Sandra. Who's that?
Charm.
Yeah. Do we have any thoughts, questions? I'm gonna start coming up with some myself here in just a second.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is video marketing working right now? I want to poll the agents in the room.
And the Henry.
Oh, we did say that?
Anyway.
Sorry. Well, I'm
Well,
video marketing on,
And
I'll
he's
be
doing.
exclusive Facebook. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
I got that answer. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Video marketing on Facebook, is what you're saying. What's your
Yeah.
question is, not personal
Right.
messaging, video marketing.
How do you juggle family life and work life?
Ooh,
Huh?
it's a
'Cause-
struggle. For real.
Yeah.
For real struggle.
I'm having some trouble right now. Not balance. That's a freak.
What else?
We have, this might just be personal, but we have buyers that we've been working with for a long time that are all over the place.
Yes.
And not just one, like several.
They're
And it's like, I feel
Rein
like
'em
we're
in.
just like,
Yeah. How
let's
to
go
get
look
'em
at
in.
houses today. And we're both like, this is gonna be a waste of time. I mean, it's
Okay.
like,
Right.
I don't know if there's anything to really do about that, but it just seems like it's really common with us.
I've got a
Not
couple.
just you. Everybody's uncertain, so they're not
We've
sure
got a
what they
couple.
have.
Yeah.
So they want to go look at houses, but they don't want
They
to buy.
never.
They never commit.
Yes. And it can be all sorts of different kinds. Let's look at this $1 million house. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go look at this one. It's 300. I mean, it's just,
It happened
Weird.
twice this year when they bought. I couldn't believe what they bought and how did it get that this was the house
yeah.
when we started out over here.
Right. So it's almost like you don't know what to do for them because
You almost need to have them write down everything from here on so you can go back and go, but this is what you said. You said
Take
this,
their
so why are we
options
not doing
Yeah.
this? Why, yeah. I've had that happen twice this year. It was very weird. It's,
If you tell people if you give too many options, they'll never make a decision.
That's right. It's
So-
on cable TV, right?
All right, what else? What else?
But that's the problem. There is options right now for the ones in my price point. There is options. So they're going, hey,
yeah.
so we go look at these, we go look at those, and then, well, that one's, and I have to say, the problem we've had with that exact type of person is the homes we've been going into are embarrassing.
We
They're
see
dirty.
A lot of that too.
They're dirty. There's trash in them.
A lot of that.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
No,
Okay.
no, that's true.
They're dirty. They're
We
gross.
showed a $1 million property yesterday that was
Oh, wow.
disgusting.
They're not being cleaned.
Wow.
Showed them a brand new $1 million one. They're like, nah, we don't want that.
We'd rather have it fixed.
Okay, let's keep on down this ladder. I'm liking this one. This one is buyer standards. You have standards and they're
All
maybe
over.
not in agreement with yours. So what else?
mega open houses. What's that about?
Yeah, it is. That's a good one.
Okay.
You do, Tom Mary?
Oh, yeah.
What was your question?
Well, the other day I was listening to Tom Ferry and he was saying, and I listen to him all the time, he's like, if you're just putting signs out, you're just putting it on the MLS, you're not gonna get anything, and mega open houses. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Have a party, balloons, brisket, giveaways? Like,
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes.
Brisket's a yes.
Here's your human gift card. Here's
Buy the home.
We have a question online.
Question online. Is anyone having success Facebook marketing for seller leads? All right, we got that one on there. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. That was video marketing work, marketplace. All right.
A lot of them are going to close. Close two weeks on marketplace last year. It's very successful.
But you have to be consistent.
Yes,
All right, we're doing good, we're doing good. We're almost full. Any last minute ones to put on there?
There's a good one online here.
Online? On the resale side, encouraging our buyers to negotiate. So encouraging our buyers to negotiate, communicating with their lenders on scenarios to present to sellers. So encouraging our buyers to negotiate. That is setting the expectation at the very beginning on how this is going to go, right? So expectations. Setting. Is that with buyers and sellers pretty much,
And
right?
also with the ledger, coming up with scenarios.
Scenarios, okay. All right, that's a good one. Anyone, is there a chat on here that you can look in the chat and see? Is there anything in there? All right, well, all right, so the way this works, we all have our thoughts on some of this stuff, and so it's positive and productive, and how can we really help this person who's given us this item, how can we help them be better in that area? What are your success stories? And maybe don't do this, might be, part of the story. Positive and encouraging. What's really cool about this is we're talking about here, Henry put up lead generation marketing video bump. And after we all talk about this, we all walk away with that knowledge, with that information. And so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. So let's talk about lead generation marketing. Here, I'm going to say video marketing, but and then we can dive in a little bit more specific to BombBomb. Has anyone used BombBomb before?
I've never even heard of it.
BombBomb?
BombBomb?
Super, super, super cool. Todd, did you find their free?
Still working on it.
Okay, thank you. All right. BombBomb is a video platform that I can create a video, hey Melinda, or I can hold up a sign that says, hey Melinda, and that is my what do you call that still picture? That's a still picture that says, and it's got a little play button on there and it says, play
Screenshot.
me. Yeah,
Thumbnail.
and so now Melinda knows this video I made just for her.
Yeah.
And then she hits play and, hey Melinda, Scotch One here. Hey, congratulations on selling that home. Way to go. Talk to you later. Boom. And I sent it to her inbox, to her email. And so you can create videos and send them, well, to a whole bunch of people all at the same time. They won't be personalized, but what's really cool is I can go into my analytics and go into my statistics and I can see, well, Melinda's opened that email 44 times. That's someone needs to call Melinda because I think she's about to buy a house. Or what does she do? She emailed or she forwarded that email to 43 other people and they all opened it up. And so she saw relevance in that. So, it allows me to kind of get a sneak peek into what's going on with the people who watch that video. Has anyone else used it?
You can use KV Core Video free, but it's just to one person at a time. The paid version, you can do what you're talking about, sending it to groups of people, and specific groups of people.
Yes, and we do it here in the office even.
So there is Core Video, which is KV Core's video, like what Henry's talking about. BombBomb is now partnering with KV Core.
Yep.
So everyone who has KV Core can use Core Video, and that's a BombBomb connection. They have a free version, which is probably what Henry's talking about, one at a time. But if you wanted to upgrade, if you think it's a valuable tool, one of the difference between a simple difference between BombBomb and just any video and sending it to somebody in email it shows a preview of the video in
Preview,
in the email. So in the email, they'll see like the first 5 seconds of the video or something on a loop, and it looks more legit, and they might click on it. And then they open it up and it goes right to the video. Because you can't put a video in the body of an email that will automatically play the whole video. It just doesn't work that way. And so BombBomb is probably the best way to mass send a video, or one at a time. Just, it's kind of like sending your friend a text video, but it goes to email. And you can use it with KV Core right now. So,
You know, once upon a time, I couldn't believe, I mean, we're gonna take a picture of you and you're gonna post that of me? You know, like, yeah.
Yes.
And then it turned into video. And you were gonna do a video? You know, I don't like the way I sound in video. Well, you sound just like how you sound right now. You know, it's the same person. You know, and then now it's commercials and it's reels and it's shorts and it's, if you're not out there 4 times today, you're out of here. Top of mind, first in line, and you're not even in line. So, you know, BombBomb is a great resource. We use BombBomb here in the office, and I love BombBomb. Yes, I think we've got the ability to utilize a lot of the KV Core tools to be able to do a lot of that stuff and maybe not have to pay for BombBomb. I can't remember how much it was, $50 a month or something like that.
30, 30, yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, whatever obviously works best for you. If they've got a free trial, play around with it, see if you like it, and see if it produces fruit.
I think any of that stuff's like month to month, isn't it?
yeah,
About
$39
$30 per month.
Right.
The deal is about the BombBomb is you can respond to your leads different maybe than other people. If you're generating leads, if you're paying for paid leads through KV Core, you can respond to those leads. Everybody responds to them by email or trying to call them. You can text the video.
Right.
Which is what everybody likes to see anyway.
It also has analytics. You can see who opened your video.
Yes, I love that. Whether it's MailChimp or BombBomb or KV Core, to love to be able to see who's interacting with me, whether they know I'm interacting, whether they know I know or not. So,
You can do a little bit of a different version of that and do a broadcast video by taking a screenshot of the video when it's starting out with a little button on it. It's not really going to be a video they can click on, and putting the link below it, and then mass emailing that. And I've done that through
that's a great idea.
Feeney CRM. Now I've had people click on the video.
I love that. That's great.
But that's just the poor man's way of doing it.
Yeah, well, can you go into that JPEG and hyperlink that JPEG?
Yes, you can. There's also an extension for Chrome that you can get, that you can embed a video into your email, and that's available.
And a lot of those things weren't available, and now they are, so.
And it'll actually play, the video will play in their email.
Can we get
You
a
can
training on
hyperlink
that?
it into Chrome, right? But you can't really do a mass emailing through
Right, you
Chrome.
would have to just do it like regular email, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, does anyone else have any information that would help Henry with BombBomb and say video marketing? Yes, ma'am.
I've used BombBomb as a follow-up, like we did a first-time homebuyer webinar, and I use that as a follow-up just to say thank you for attending. And then we've also used it as a preview for listings to send out. Just here's a sneak peek if you want to book a showing to see the rest of the house, contact me.
So you have that automatically set up to send out when you get somebody inquiring to you about a listing or a buyer, right?
Yes, correct.
Right. How effective is it?
We've had, I mean, it hasn't converted, but people are like, oh, wow, that's such a nice house. And we've really gotten more feedback than we've gotten.
I guess the question that I have is, because of the video, have you had like a text or a phone call wanting more information
Yes.
from the video? Oh, well, they didn't ask for it. Like,
How consistent are you with it?
Not as consistent as it should be.
well, if you have it set up automatically, it should be pretty consistent.
It's just as it comes up, I send it out. I should have it automated, but I don't.
Right. And I know that we've done some videos and stuff like that, and drive them to a form. And, I know we'd wake up the next morning and there'd be 10, 11, 12 leads sitting there, bam. And we're spending $350, $400 a month.
I have a question for you on that. That's Google Forms, right? That you're talking about you driving to?
No, I drive to a Facebook form.
Okay. The QR code is different than a form, right? If they want more information and they click on or take a picture of the QR code and click on the link, they're automatically captured, right?
Yes.
Without filling in a form.
Well, on Facebook, that's exactly right. I don't know how it is on the QR code, but I know on Facebook, you just click on it, you look at me, I got you.
Well, QR code, I think, is the same way. Any QR code that you click on, they got your information. You know?
Going to a Google form?
Or wherever you're redirecting them to.
Right, and so where am I capturing that data? Where's that going?
Well, you should put it,
Right,
you should put it in KV Core. That's where you
right,
put it.
yes, agreed.
On all your listings that you have in KV Core, there is a QR code for each listing that you have.
That's right.
You just click on the download menu, or the menu pops down, create a QR code for this listing.
Yes.
Should be on all of your flyers, the open houses or whatever, you should have your QR codes on
It
it.
is, right? Yeah, agreed, 1,000%. All right.
I don't generate leads necessarily from social media. It's kind of a backwards effect. I think a lot of people, have this perception that if you put things out on social media, that somebody's gonna call you on a house and wanna buy it. I think that'll be a wonderful thing. Somebody wants to, I put that amazing video for Paloma and somebody wants to buy Paloma. But it's actually the opposite for me. It's the spheres that I create of networking that's indirect. So like my church group, or I volunteer, and then they see the videos and they see that I'm in real estate. They see how I work, and then those are my clients.
Love it.
Mine
Right.
too.
That's
So
amazing.
it's kind of the same.
It's kind of a backwards indirect. So it's fun. So then when I'm making my videos, I am making them with intention for, yes, somebody to buy that house, but I just have fun with it. And it's really for people in my tribes or my circles to see it, oh, she sells houses in Dove Crossing and she sells luxury homes and she
She's
sells
the pro.
ranches and so that kind of thing. It's the opposite. So then when somebody says, hey, my grandma, we're moving her to our house and we need to sell her property, I already know that you sell land too. So it's kind of like always indirect.
And it even gives somebody that is on Facebook something to talk to you about.
Yeah.
It starts a conversation. Oh, that's a cool house.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty house. Ooh, I like that bathroom. But it gives them a reason. It gives them a reason to reach out to you.
Keep in mind with your sphere of influence.
That's right. Top of mind, first in line.
It's a tap on the shoulder, it reminds them.
Right. And when she's out there over and over and over and over again, when her and her hubby are sitting there thinking about buying a house, you know who else is a part of that picture? That person that they keep seeing online. Who are we going to call? Who are we going to call? Well, we can't call your sister because what if it goes bad? So we can't use your sister.
I think it's got to be more than just being a face or a social media influencer or whatever. You got to develop relationships.
Mhm.
Like you are tied this Facebook into your different actual sphere of influence you have interaction with on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Whether it's church or whether it's some like Lions Club or whatever you're involved in.
Yeah.
Are you still in Rotary?
No, just Lions Club.
Lions Club.
I trimmed down just to Lions Club during COVID.
I remember that was a big part of your.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially
I'm
Chamber, Lions Club, and Rotary is what I joined when I first moved here. To
Right.
meet people.
Yes,
Or-
exactly.
Or the opposite, like Cody, I'm going to throw him underneath the bus for a minute because he's not here. I could do that. So Cody Lisk, he is on our team and he is phenomenal at FISBOs. I had in cold calling. So that's the majority of where he gets his clients. He does cold calling FISBOs, and if you want to sit next to him and listen to him, he has an auto dialer in his phone. So if you see him walking around, it'll auto dialer and he's FISBO. And he gets a lot of great listings. He's even gotten some new construction listings because of that. But I was helping Cody make some videos. He's very uncomfortable in front of his videos, and I was helping him. And I asked him, I said, Cody, I said, well, what do you do for all these clients that you've already had? Surely you're Facebook requesting them, and you're continuing that relationship. So you have referrals from them. And he looked at me like deer in the headlights, and he said, no. And I'm like, so you've sold, I don't know, we're just gonna make up a number. I don't know what he sold last year, 30 houses. And you didn't go on social media and friend request those 30 people. I'm a stalker, right? I'm gonna stalk you. You're gonna like me. You're gonna follow me, and you're gonna know who Piper is.
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah. So it just blew my mind. So I think that sometimes we do one lane that's really good, and we need somebody else while we're here today to tell us like, hey, you're doing great at that lane, but you also need to think about what you could cross over and do something else too.
Do really good in this lane.
Yeah, it kind of blew my mind that he didn't do that. So
Yeah.
I think it's age with Cody.
yeah,
It's what?
That age group.
yeah.
Oh, it's Cody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
27.
Young.
Oh, they don't do the young ones don't do Facebook.
Well, whatever. TikTok, whatever he does. I don't know. But me, I'm like,
Do something.
bring everybody.
Okay, so one of the questions, where are the hot leads?
Church.
Everywhere.
Church. And so depending on where your lane is, right? Where you like to be, what the things you like to do, the reality is those are the areas that you're probably pretty good at too, right? What were you gonna say, Tom?
I think it all goes in together, but I was gonna talk more about what Melinda was saying about the indirect marketing of Facebook. I love the attitude of, I'm not here to try to get a lead from Facebook. I'm here to remind people what I do in an indirect way, right? And so then she started talking about following up and about staying in touch with your past clients. And of course, Henry's talking about building relationships. I heard something I've never heard before, which really helped me, because I understand the importance of calling your database and because the answer to your last question is, my phone is full of leads.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't want to call my friends and get in their wallet. I don't want to call my friends and say, hey, can you give me leads, please?
Exchange phones.
Yeah. But I want to build relationships with them. And indirectly, that's going to get me leads, right? And just like what Melinda was saying with Facebook usage or social media usage, when Henry calls his database, he's not calling them to ask them if they know anybody right now that wants to buy all the time. That's just getting in their wallet. He's calling them to check on them and to serve them and to add value to their life. And that's what I just heard on a Buffini podcast yesterday morning was if you don't want to call your friends because you don't want to be an Amway salesman and you don't want to call them and try to get all their friends to call them and add value to their life and serve them. That will have the same effect indirectly as what Melinda's talking about. If you're doing that on social media, serving them and showing them what you do and then serving them and giving them advice on, I know a painter. So you're painting your house. Okay, boom. And you're serving them. That's all the same thing, I think.
I think you're right. Thank you. All right, so we have another question online. How much would it cost to have someone handle our marketing, and are you aware of such a person? Now, there are companies out there, we brought them into the office and they, flip the switch and do all of those things for you and promise X amount of posts for X amount of dollars and all of those things. Are you guys using any companies like that? Are you using somebody to do that marketing for you? Mm-hmm. You can do it in KB Core or in our market center, right?
Right.
KB Core. And so you've got that.
Has anyone done it and now they're not?
I mean, you're automatically, all your listings and everything are posted automatically on your Facebook.
Right, we can add money to that, and yes.
And on your Facebook on Business Suite, you can actually, you have a calendar, and you can, like, if you don't have time, you can sit down one day and pick a day and pre-post all your content.
So like that day, if you're running around busy, boom, it's already done for you.
The same thing in Canva, you can
Yeah.
sit down and schedule things, and
By
I
the
love
way,
doing
you're
it.
doing an excellent job on your stuff. See you.
Aw, thank you. Thank you.
You do.
But I don't think you can just do that, like, it's all set up. You can't just do all this, let somebody market for you and not have some personal interaction.
Yeah.
Right,
you
right.
definitely-
If you do, all they're gonna know is that you're in real estate, and they're just gonna go to the one that's been referred to. Somebody, they're gonna go ask for a referral, somebody that's used to real estate.
Someone who's picking up the phone and calling me.
I mean, I used to, when I first moved here, I was doing everything, open house, Facebook, joining all the Facebook groups and posting everything free on Facebook groups, and I was getting a lot of likes and stuff, and I walked in Lowe's one day, said, "Oh, you're the guy on Facebook." Well, yeah, but I hadn't got any calls for you on real estate or whatever, but they know who you are. It's
Right.
really just
Yeah.
branding more or less, but you have to have that other part. You either have to meet them face to face at an open house, meet them face to face at church, meet them face to face at Lions Club, meet them face to face at some other community organization. Every Thursday, the chamber has their networking deal, which our last month was 300 people there or something.
That's what they say. Real estate's a contact sport,
That's right.
right? All right, let's talk, Tom. We talked a little bit about Tom a little bit ago, but does anyone have any suggestions? He's in a community, in a nice community, nice home, builders there still. Again, nice home. Home is slashed in pricing. What do you guys do to move a hard listing? It should be a hot listing, and yes, gone like that, just, it's not moving. And everything else maybe around it is. Price, condition, location, marketability, what do you have?
Is it staged?
They live there still.
But is it
It
staged?
looks, oh, yeah, it looks good, yeah.
Are you getting showings?
Oh, it's not ours, it's Tom's. We just got an open
No,
house
there.
there.
I've seen it.
So
At this point, it's
Same
pricing, you have to be compelling, reduce the price.
Yeah, if you're getting showings and
Price.
It is at that point.
location.
I like your idea about the brisket. I think that's.
My husband gets a fabulous brisket, I always tell him,
Yeah.
we need to have your brisket over here. He's like, what else do you want me to do?
Let's take a minute.
Any other ideas on how to move some of these listings that just aren't moving?
I think you need to, every time you have an event, and you need to have events, whether it's a price reduction, or whether it's an open house, or any kind of event, you need to let your whole sphere know about it. And two things that's gonna do what you do is you let people know you're in real estate, right?
Do you go to the neighbors? Does anybody here go to the neighbors?
I mail out to the neighbors, the 200 neighbors closest by. I have went by and hung flyers on doors for 20 across the street, 10 on either side, 40 people. And I have subscribed to a mailing service, give you the address, it also gives you their either email and their phone. I slide dial them and I email them.
So is this house in a new subdivision? You said the builder's still there.
Somewhat new subdivision,
How,
yeah.
how old is the house?
In my neighborhood?
How old is the house?
I thought it was a sentence.
2 years old?
What is the
Maybe.
builder selling their houses for, and how's it
More than what they're paying, more than this home.
What type of incentives does the builder offer?
Is Tom still, I guess Tom's still.
Tom, you still on here, bud?
Oh, this is-
Yeah, we are.
He was also offering buy now.
Oh, right by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so trying to beat the builder is the ultimate goal, right?
Well, you have to match the builder, beat the builder. Usually you have to beat the builder, right? But some of it depends upon how the house is made up, because builders' houses don't come with window coverings. They don't come with backyard landscaping a lot of times. So if your house is done like that, you've got thousands of dollars invested that a buyer won't have to invest now.
Right.
So
Yours does.
there's a combination of things that have to take place in order for you to be effective with it. But you have to let a lot of people know.
Right. It's a great way to look at that. That's a great way to look at it, because yes, you're exactly right, whether it's the fence, the landscaping, you know, the plantation shutters, whatever it is, money, money, money.
I also think it's easier, like, for an agent, and I'm not, it to sell a client if they're on the fence of a new build. It's so much easier to take them to a new build than take them to these resales that have the same. And so, and you know that what commission you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna hand it off and it's gonna be seamless and it's gonna be done. So I think that, I'll just say, like, if you have a client that's in a D.R. Horton neighborhood and like, you're like, oh, that 5% looks really good, and I could just take them there, pass them to DHI lending and go versus show them and then have to do the negotiating and all that. So I think that it might be the agents kind of steering them in a different direction too, if the people are on the fence. So
I think it might be.
But it basically is a new home. And so if the builder is offering, they're already offering a 10-year warranty, but the warranty on your mechanicals have expired after the 2 years. So it would be important for a seller of a house to add value by increasing the amount of warranty that they can provide for the same type items, so that it's a match.
Go to HWA, buy the warranty, warranty included, home is under warranty kind of thing.
Even provide I've provided 5 years before warranty in a tough market to get somebody to buy a house.
Right.
It costs a little bit of money. The seller's paying for it. But if they want their home sold, that's some incentive that a buyer
And
would
if we've
take.
got to do these things to sell it, that's what we've got to do, right? Thank you.
I think it might be a mixture of what we were saying about our buyers. They're looking at this house, looking at that house. They're not really, you know, looking at, this is what I want in a home, and it could be affecting the selling side. You know, what are they looking for? We're trying to figure out what a buyer's looking for in a home. We don't really know because they're flaky. They're all over the board.
Right.
Maybe we got some buyers now that are just all over the board. Well, that falls into the listing side. You know, if we can't find out what our buyers want, how can we figure out how to list a house to a buyer?
Yeah.
We don't know what they want right now.
Right, and so the biggest issue that you had over there when you were doing your open house was traffic, right?
Yeah, there's two entrances into that neighborhood. It's right off of
Mhm.
46
Mhm.
and right when you turn on Rudolph, it's right, I mean, it's a great location. We had signs everywhere
Mm-hmm.
and it just.
No
it was
traffic,
cold.
huh?
I remember that. It was windy and cold, but.
Right off of 46 towards Seguin.
Right, so it's behind that, whatever that gas
When you
station
said
is.
that, in my
where-
mind, I already saw traffic backed up. Never want to go there.
Oh,
That was
there-
my reaction.
oh, this is almost
that's-
Seguin.
there's
This
not
is
a lot
almost
of-
Seguin.
I mean, it's a busy area, but
Yeah,
not a lot
it's
of,
not, yeah.
not backed up like
No.
back this way.
So when you say a lot of signs, how many signs?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Tom had like 2 signs at one entrance and 2 signs at the other, and then we had signs off of 46. So, I mean, it wasn't a lack of signage for sure. It was advertised all over the place.
How long when did you put your signs out?
I don't know when.
We did, I put them out.
The day of the open house?
There he is.
Yeah, I did them in the morning, sorry, I'm just jumping back in.
We're talking about
All right, so this is going to kind of maybe merge into a mega open house, but how many signs did you have out, and when did the signs go out?
I put them out probably 20 minutes before the open house, probably should have done it the day before, I guess. But I had 2 on the right side of the neighborhood, 2 on the left side, and there was some cutting in the middle. I think I had a total of like 6 or 7.
Did you have it on Zillow and MLS systems?
I had them in the MLS systems, yes.
It automatically goes to given It'll show up.
10 days
And
before. it's
I did a
ready for summer.
marketplace ad for it. I did,
Exactly right.
listed it into
2
the
weeks
open
probably,
house.
because mail's gonna take 6 days.
Well, yeah.
On Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram, my Instagram page.
Yes.
Yeah, and I did an open house the following week with Jen from Lotto, and same thing. Nobody showed.
What about partnering with other people on the street or in the neighborhood? So even if it's like another brokerage, doing like a mass open house that way. So like you have, like you don't have to market necessarily separate, but if you had like Keller Williams might have a listing or whoever, different people in the neighborhood. And then you call those realtors and you say, because me and Cody did this one time in Avery Park. You call all those realtors and you say, we're gonna have a Saturday open house. And then so people can go shop. They can go shop all 5 of those houses. So they're gonna see yours.
You do really
Like
good, and you get some people. You do really good, you get some people. It's
And
always
they just
really good, and
make
then
them do a
it's
tour.
all the way through.
We
We
did
did
that
it.
and we gave a gift card.
We did it in Vintage Oaks and it was really successful.
Yeah.
We all chipped in $100 for advertisement too.
The gift card idea is always a really good idea.
That's how we did it in,
A
this
drawing
is in Houston.
Yeah.
But yeah, recently on one of my listings, all the different brokers, we got together because the neighborhood was having a hard time. And, there's drawing for gift cards and also.
We've done that with like a poker run, and then they all get a card, and then on the next one, on the next one, on the next one. The person at the end wins the bottle of wine, whatever it is.
And it might be something where you might have to be a little extra creative. I don't know that neighborhood, but I'm thinking like Easter's coming up and maybe there's like a neighborhood Easter pop in the neighborhood and he can go in the neighborhood and I don't know, sometimes you gotta get a little creative with that. Like our old neighborhood used to have a Easter in the park, maybe
Right.
go have a booth at Easter in the park or something
And I
like that.
have so we're gonna merge into another topic in here, but Tom, stay with us here. And that is mega open house. And what you're talking about here, I'll say, is dominating that neighborhood, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to see the Easter Bunny, and I'm gonna be passing out candy, and they all say, "Call Melinda, call Melinda, call Melinda," or whatever. I might be in that neighborhood, and we have it downstairs, but I might be watching Toy Story in the neighborhood, and I've got a big screen, and I've got the video and everything set up, and I've had movie night at the local park in the neighborhood. Kind of hard right now, it's 44 degrees, but, basically, becoming the person for that neighborhood. A mega open house, we talked about that, and that is almost a trade set of words from Tom Ferry. And a mega open house basically means 20 signs. Not 19, and here, not even 21. 20 signs spread out. And I don't know what he says. Do y'all know what he says as far as how far ahead of the open house to do
2
that?
weeks, I think is what he promotes.
You're supposed to go to the neighbor's house. You're supposed to have.
Pick your neighbor, pick your neighbor.
I mean, there's a number of things. Yeah,
Yes.
that you're supposed to do, but I'm just like, who does that? Is that just in California? I mean, I'm like, I don't know anybody who does all this. I mean, it's,
But if you're driving home and you keep seeing this open house, and you keep seeing this big flag, it's Tuesday and it's 4:00. And I read that sign and we do them here, but open house Saturday, 10 to 2 or whatever. I just can't help but believe with that type of marketing, you're gonna have a much larger return on that open house. Anyone have any experience with that? Yes, sir.
So I'm from California.
oh, okay.
And so is Tom Ferry.
And so is Tom Ferry. Yes.
Brent Gove, an agent in the Gold River area of Sacramento, taught this to a lot of agents. And we had signs that were large orange signs. When I say large, they stood this high, right? And they were orange, safety orange, right, with black lettering on them. And we would set up maybe not 20 signs, but maybe 25 or 30 signs. And we would put the signs out not days or weeks before the open house, but hours before the open house was to start. But we would mark it, like you were saying, 2 weeks before the open house would start. And we'd have sometimes 30, sometimes over 100 people come through these open
I
houses.
love that nice big orange bright signs. That's normally not sitting there, and it is right now. What does that say?
Right, yeah. It says, come to this open house. And at this time, these open house signs would say, free foreclosure list, because a lot of houses were going into foreclosure, right? So people would show up to get this list of homes. So you got to have the list too, but just easy to generate.
Are these like core class signs? And
they were made of PVC piping, and then the material was not a canvas. It was also a PVC type, but it was for me to buy the signs. When I had a team there, we spent about $3,000 for these signs.
Yeah.
To get them all set up. They'll blow over. People will steal them. You'll have them redirected.
Right.
So, because there's going to be agents out there, or friends of agents, or family of agents that are not going to be happy with what you're doing.
I like the 25 signs, but yeah, I don't know if I'd do anything that big. That's a lot.
It takes a lot of work.
But just my regular signs.
If you need someone with a truck to set them up,
My husband would do that.
to carry them around. So
on the open house topic, Remax used to have an annual open house day where all the Remax agents had open houses on that day. We could do that in a smaller version with all of them. Anybody in our office
That's a good
having an open house Sunday and all contributing to advertisement and promoting those open houses. We could have 10,
You're on
15,
Facebook.
probably 20 houses open.
I like that. Kind of like I think of like garage sales, right? You were talking about that signage that you see over and over again, like the garage sale this Saturday from 8 to 2 or whatever it is.
and you could tie that in with that poker run also. For the drawing.
And they put it in the community impact, they put it in the newspaper. I was with Better Homes and Garden Gary Green in Houston years ago, and they it was a big deal.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
Jenkins?
No, I was the one in Tomball and then before that in Cypress. Funny,
Small world.
Westside Woods.
Yes.
I can see the value of mentioning that in the listing appointment, that by listing with me, you're a part of this monthly citywide, countywide garage sale. I was about to say garage sale, but open house party that happens once a month for every one of our listings. And so all the agents in my office and now the whole community starting to hear about it. So
Hell, we could become the open house office.
Oh my
We
God.
become the open house office. Maybe we need to change our name back to open house.
Do I get to be on the open house tours? Yeah, no, there's something there. It's a great
We
idea.
could do one for Sneed, one for New Braunfels. Houston, yeah, do one for each. Oh, that'd be fun.
in your office, they're all coming.
Man,
Order
We
it
need to
first.
think of
You
our.
think that's too much work for you?
No.
You don't think we'll have it
That's a
done?
big commitment, a monthly, but yeah.
Quarterly, I would think quarterly would be definitely doable.
All right, we're getting some great
Let's say one.
ideas.
All right.
I want to keep the momentum going, and I want to talk about standards. Everyone has standards. Some are down here and some are up here, right?
How's it been horrible?
Aaron and Amy were talking about a client that they are giving weekly tours of New Braunfels to. And the standards need to be what I'm looking for. I'm going to make it up, 322 with room for a pool. And here, 322, room for, look at this backyard. I'm in the home sale business, by the way. That backyard, I think we can put 2 pools back there. I need to have a conversation with them that says, Karen, and we're looking for a 322, and I know you said you want room for a pool. I like to do this. I say, if I find a 322 and it has a study, are you okay with that?
Yes.
So that's an extra, right? And if it has like a covered porch in the back, will that be okay?
Yes.
And then certainly room for a pool. If I find that house, do I have your commitment that would be the one we'll start moving forward with?
Yes.
And so I'm going to have this little conversation way ahead of time. We are going to set the expectations. I'm not driving around town for 14 days. I'm looking for the same house that we've already seen 3 times, just in different locations. Right? I mean, we're going to set the expectation. And then when we are in it, and I know we're in it, and I know you know we're in it, and I'm looking out the backyard, we've got room for 2 pools right there. We found it, didn't we? This is it. Right? I'm gonna have that type of expectation, conversation. I'm gonna, I got it on. I'm the salesman, but I'm trying to not be the salesman. What do you guys do? What works good for you to make sure that you're not driving around town?
I get into
You have to remind them what their goals are, because they see 10, 20 houses, and then they start muddying the waters. You gotta bring them back to what their real goal is.
Right.
Hard
This
to
one
figure
doesn't
out.
have a wine cellar. I don't understand. 250, that's a lot. Right?
How about when you're dealing with outside influences? Family members.
Who's gonna live in here? That's who I
Yeah.
wanna make sure. I don't know.
But I need their approval.
My dad said.
I think you need to take the opportunity each time you talk to them about something is to try to bump them up in price. Because usually that's what it is. What they want, they tell you they want 300 and they want a pool and all this stuff. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to pool for 300,000.
Right.
But you need to say, well, let's look at homes at 350. I know you don't want to spend 350, but maybe the seller will negotiate the price. Let's start looking at homes and what you want, and then let's worry about the price later.
That's right. I like that. You were gonna say something?
I think it's important to get to know more about their personal lives, what their likes and dislikes, because the house is a place where they're going to live, but they're not going to do all of their living in that house. So they're going to do the living in the community. So, and maybe not just in this community, but maybe in other communities as well that are nearby. Where do they work? How much of a commute do they want to have to the location of their work? I had a guy that one time he wanted to live in some place, and I bumped him up $300 per month in payment, doing what you were talking about doing by bumping him up in price. But I had to do a complete whiteboard realization for him to show him the wear and tear on his cars, because both him and his wife were working in another city. So by the time that I was done with the conversation, oil changes, tires, hours away from home and family, they bumped up their price and bought a home in the town that I was suggesting that they purchase.
Kind of like you knew what you're talking about at the very beginning.
Very much.
Right. Thank you. Any others?
Yeah, I think that when you have buyers like that, I think that I just was talking to Bridget the other day. I said, you have to get uncomfortable and sometimes really, really uncomfortable, right? Like with somebody, and you have to know, maybe you have to dig into a little bit more about their finances, or because you're, right? Because you always hand them off. That's why it's easier for that new build, because you hand them off and you go in that little room and then you have uncomfortable with the sales rep, and the sales rep starts doing this, and then they go, oh, by the way, we foreclosed on this, or I'm divorced, or my bankruptcy, and then it all comes out. And when you don't have that, I don't know, just the uncomfortable conversations about, hey, you can't afford this, or you have 5 dogs and there's no yard, and I think sometimes telling people no is very uncomfortable, but sometimes you have to get really comfortable with telling people that.
Right.
Walk them through their life, through their day.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear it,
Everybody
right?
wants a big yard that they can frolic in. So I say, okay, what time do you get up? When you go to work, after work, where do you take the kids? We're at basketball practice, football practice. Okay, now it's Saturday. When are they gonna frolic?
Yeah.
So they're not. So get used to the idea that the yard is not at the top.
Yeah, you're like saying this, your lifestyle is not mowing the lawn every Saturday, and I know your budget isn't paying the lawn guy. So why are we looking at an acre lawn, right? Yeah. So I think telling people no, especially when it comes to buyers. And then we have like a 3 a 3 showing rule, a 3 thing. Like I will show you about 3 houses, and if I haven't narrowed it down and showed you what you want in 3 houses, then I'm not doing my job, or you don't know what you want.
That's what I do, and I
They don't
don't
know
go
what they
over
want.
3 homes in one day unless you are coming from California or Chicago.
Yes.
It's 3, because you're gonna get confused and you're not gonna remember, and
Yeah, it's about 3 houses, and then I'll just go back and say, you said you didn't want this, this, and this. We're not shopping the area. And then I'll say, I've had people, well, I want to go look in this area. No, you drive to Georgetown and you see if you like Georgetown. I'm not driving to Georgetown.
Yeah.
You drive there, you eat lunch, you go to the park or whatever you want to do. And then if you like something, then I might go to Georgetown. So I think those boundaries.
So, yeah, and it's you have to have a really good interview with someone before you show them houses.
Right.
You can't do it any other way. And then you have to have realistic standards, because you show somebody 15 houses, they're not going to remember everything. But having a limit of houses, 3, maybe 5 tops, right? Then they'll be able to remember things.
Right.
And give them notes, a notepad, give them the
And
listing, a customer copy of a listing, right? And have them write notes, what their likes and dislikes are.
Right.
Then when you come back to the follow-up interview after the showing, you've got something more to talk about, and you can narrow it down like she's talking about.
Right, so we're not out for 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Buffini encourages having a meeting with them first, find out what they want, send them a list of homes, let them go out and look at the neighborhood, make sure that's where they want to live. Narrows down a lot of houses just by driving by. How many houses do you drove by and they said, well, I don't want to look at that.
And Henry, none of your time is wasted in that.
Yeah.
Right. Todd, you had something you
Yeah,
wanted to?
I love this because some of our newer agents here, getting to hear from some of our experienced agents here, it's easy to have a scarcity mentality or a desperation about your energy when you're working with somebody, because you finally get to work with somebody. I've been there. Right. Even if you don't have any current clients in the pipeline, you've been doing this 10 years, but you're still like, man, I need a lead. And you get a lead and you're willing to go back to, you forget about that.
Standards.
And you go back to your low standards, like, I'll take anything right now. That energy comes out and they can feel that energy. It's hard when you're in that place to have the energy of like a with or without you energy. Like I'm a professional, I'm good at what I do. That's why you hired me, and I'm proving that to you by having this hard conversation with you. And that's, Melinda said it best, it's sometimes hard to know that you can get away with that, but you can do that. And they're gonna respect you even more for doing that.
Because here's the path. I'm driving. You're in the passenger seat. We're not doing it your way. We're doing it my way. Right? You're the pro. All right. Lots of good stuff today. Do you have a couple nuggets? We're about to dive into lunch real quick, and maybe do you see this as being advantageous for your business?
Yes.
If we can continue to do this, and maybe this will give you an opportunity to think about questions that really would like to talk about. Tell you what, if you've got a nugget, we've got 1 minute. Do we have someone have a nugget they want to share on how to get more clients? Go. More clients.
I tell you what Buffini says, is do pop buys. You want more leads, you want fast closing?
Pop buys. I can't help but to say, I go over your listings on Tuesday, and there's Henry, and there's Henry, and there's Henry, and there's Henry. He's got a bunch of listings. I would say that's excellent advice. Thank you.
Anyone else? Is that business or home?
Oh, I pop by my clients, my database.
Their house.
Business or?
No, at home. Oh, what, business too. I mean, a lot of people work, a lot of my clients are like nail technicians, so I go by there and everybody sees you bringing a pop by to them. So you're doing more than one thing. You're thanking them for being your customer and we're giving you referrals, and everybody else is seeing you thank them. And and I do it at my doctor's office. I do it at the chiropractor office, in the dentist office. So they might not want to be involved in my marketing, but they are whether they know it.
Any other nuggets? Someone want to pass on a nugget?
It's just all about relationship building.
Relationship.
Being effective in their lives.
A few weeks ago, Scott, you talked about taking videos at, restaurants or coffee shops or
Right.
something like that, instead of just house after house after house. Because social media is inundated with realtors and house after house, but not so much of people reviewing the
Marketing
coffee shop
indirectly,
or,
kind of like what
Yeah.
Melinda was talking about.
yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Do you have nuggets? Do you want someone to make sure that you get these nuggets moving in the right direction? We're gonna call it accountability. Do you want accountability to really take your business to the next level, to really do some of these things, to explore beyond today at 11 o'clock on a Thursday, and maybe, talk about BombBomb again and really log in and open up and set and register and open an account and really send out an email and really do it? Like, do you want accountability? Do you want to talk about mega open houses and where are your signs? Okay, well, we got to order those signs and really do it, because that's where it is right there. This is great and you got it, but now we got to do it. Do you want that accountability? Wait, what's your phone number? Wait.
830
830
216
216
1712.
1712. All right.
What's your phone number?
Send. Oh, you want to put mine on there too?
Right? Hold them accountable.
All right.
Group chat.
Well, I think we're broadcasting to, we've got Keller Williams agents on here, we've got other people in other offices, and we can hold them accountable because you have an accountability class, group. You need when?
We're gonna start back up on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
9 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning.
9:30.
9:30. We're at,
It's before the team meeting.
before the team meeting.
Yeah.
Here.
Accountability.
If you really want to do this, if you really want help, if you really want someone who will sit there and ask you the hard questions and ask you now you tell me you want this, but you've been doing this on vacation, fishing, watching The Price is Right, doing your yard, but you're not over here doing these things. If you want someone to hold you accountable to really make sure you do this, send me a text. Send me a text right now. Send Leah a text. And make sure you're at Tuesday. Where do you want to have it?
Here.
Right here.
Here or?
What time? 9
9, yep, 9.
9 And
Let's
so
do it
then
at
we're
9.
ready for a 10 or 10 A.
Yes.
All right. You want it?
I'll bring coffee.
Send us a text. We really want to do it. We want to grow together. I can tell you, we can do another, we'll call it Mastermind Series 2, and we can come up with lots of DP, dollar productive activities, and we can talk about it. We can spread them out and do them and be held accountable to doing them. But I'm going to tell you, if I ask you if you did X and you didn't do X, my time is better off spending it with somebody who'll do it. And so that's real. So if you really want to do it, I do too. If you don't really want to do it, maybe it's not for you. And that's, again, really real. So I appreciate you guys being here today. This was a hit, first time, right? Yes. We've had smaller little things that we've done in the past, but we want you guys to be a part of everything that's going on. Thank you for joining us. I wish you were here. We've got T-bones, filet mignon, and wrap. Guys, we'll see you. Y'all take care. We'll see you. Guys, I don't know what's really for lunch, but it's brought to you by HWA.
Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs.